in the wake of the announcement that Elon Musk was going to be buying Twitter, there was some reporting of interesting movements in people's follower counts. So there's all these user reports of high-profile accounts losing thousands of followers after the news broke. The company said Tuesday that the fluctuations in follower counts came from organic account closures. Okay, so people have been very worried because they noticed things like, people like former President Barack Obama, who's the most followed user on Twitter. He lost 300,000 followers after the announcement, despite gaining followers every day in the weeks leading up to it. Accounts like Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Media Matters, as well as MSNBC hosts, AOC, lots of people lost followers. I know I lost a couple of hundred. I don't have as many followers as Barack Obama. We got to be clear about that. At the same time, though, some people were gaining followers. People like Representative Marjorie Greene, she had 539,000 followers the day before news of Musk's takeover, and she was up to 632 the next evening. That is a very significant chunk of her followers. Ron DeSantis got 96,000 followers one day, tens of thousands another. And so, Jordan, there was a lot of concern like, are these massive bot signups? Are they weeding out centrists and leftists? Twitter's like, no, it's just people were signing off. Which, if you believe that Elon Musk was suddenly in possession of Twitter and you despise him, I could see some people signing off. That seems plausible, but what do you think?
I think there was a lot of hysteria that day. And it wasn't helpful. People were freaking out about, is he gonna be able to read our DMs? Like that's, probably not likely.
I assume not.
Yeah, like that's super illegal for one. And not that has ever stopped people from doing bad things, but like that doesn't really seem to be an incentive for him to do that. Just it would be a colossal headache. And also people just acting like it was going to completely change the platform. Like, no, like as bad as algorithms are, you're gonna be like largely insulated from all of those people. You're still gonna be in your echo chamber. Very little is going to happen. And like, I think everyone who's still there working at Twitter and going to still work there when he officially takes over later in the year. Like people also think it's like, okay, it's a done deal. He's now in charge. That's not what happened. But tech companies realize that people don't like sudden and abrupt change. This is a reflection of that. But he's not going to come in and institute sweeping changes. There's a story about eBay changing their color. They used to have this ugly yellow color in the 90s on their site, and they changed it to white, and people freaked out for no reason. Like, who cares? But it was because they didn't like the sudden change to the site.
Yeah.
So eBay changed it back and then very slowly changed it from yellow to white. And nobody noticed and nobody cared. So like that's what's going to happen if they're going to change things, but you're not going to see sweeping changes overnight, which people had kind of drummed themselves up into hysteria over.
Yeah, and by the way, so you pointed out some of the ways that non-right wingers might have had hysteria. There's a very performative sort of hysteria tied in with being a victim on the right too. So in response, I believe to the fact that a lot of right wingers got a bunch of followers, Don Jr. tweeted, "Seems shadow banning is yet another right-wing conspiracy theory that was 100% true." So I want you to try to follow the coke-addled train of thought here. A bunch of conservatives had now been unshadow banned. Why? Because Elon Musk is in charge of Twitter. But wait, you say, Elon Musk isn't in charge of Twitter. He doesn't own it, let alone has had control to make changes. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense what Don Jr. just said, but it plays in automatically to the victim complex the right wingers have. We suddenly got new followers, not because right wingers got excited about the fact that you're gonna be able to use the N-word freely, and so they all signed up in droves. No, they've been unshadow banned, even though it's literally impossible for that to have been true because Elon Musk doesn't control Twitter yet. But that tweet had over 100,000 likes. They just all believe it. And if Elon Musk comes in and tweets, "Yeah, I found the shadow banning file cabinet," they'll just believe it. He never has to demonstrate it. Even if he doesn't say it, they still already believe that it's true. The Hodge twins, who used to make YouTube videos, I don't know if you remember them, where they just stared at the camera for like 45 seconds and then gave really vapid commentary about something that was going viral, and now have decided, as so many have, that it's far more lucrative to just be a right winger. So they tweeted, "Have you all noticed the trending tab is free of anti-Trump and January 6th conspiracy propaganda? Now it's filled with Democrats trending for all the wrong reasons. This is not by coincidence. Hashtag thanks Elon." No, you dumb donkeys. He doesn't own it. He doesn't control it. Nothing has changed because he can't have changed it yet. Can you wait a couple months before doing your self-congratulatory conspiracy theorizing? He literally doesn't own it. And yet again, many likes, many retweets, they'll get the followers because they have accrued an audience of people who cannot, by their very nature, think critically. Jordan.
Yeah, they will continue believing this, this victimhood complex, despite it not being true. And Twitter's own analysis of their algorithm on political content, they released it a year or two ago, and they admitted right-wing content gets an algorithmic boost on Twitter. There it is. And they put it out, and people still didn't believe them. Exactly. But also in part because right-wing demagogues are continuing to push this because they want to game the refs. The more they do that, the more social media platforms are going to capitulate and be like, okay, sorry, we're sorry, sir, here you go, and give them, an even bigger preference in the algorithm. So it's not true. Twitter has showed through analysis of their own algorithm and performance that's not true, but they don't care. It gets people fired up.
Yeah, 100%. They game the ref, and when that's not good enough, they buy the ref, and they become the ref. That's what they're doing. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.